Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In our lives, there are a lot of things that bring us joy. It could be the birth of a child, it could be uh, getting married, or being around people that we love, or it could be accomplishing some type of goal that we've set. And these things bring joy to our hearts. And it could be even things in connection to the kingdom. Maybe being able to serve the Lord, seeing the Lord work through the things that we are doing for the sake of the kingdom. And that brings us joy that we see the Lord's hand at work through the things that we are doing. And all those things are good things to have joy about. Definitely, these are things that are legitimate joy producers in our lives. But there's something that ought to bring us joy that is of a more substantial nature. You know, the things that typically bring us joy are usually temporary in nature, but this is something that we can find joy in each and every day despite our circumstances. And it's found in our reading today in Revelation chapter 20, but I'd also like to cross-reference Luke chapter 10, where in the context there, the Lord had sent out his disciples to go out and preach about the kingdom of heaven, and he gave them power over the demons, to cast out demons. And the disciples were very joyous at the fact that they were able to cast out these demons. But the Lord says this in verse 20. He says, "Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your names are recorded in heaven." Even as wonderful of a gift as that was, to be able to go around and preach and teach in the villages and cast out demons and exercise power over Satan, as wonderful as that was, he said, look, don't put your joy in that. Put your joy in the fact that your names are recorded in heaven. And certainly that's something more substantial. Gifts may come and go. Abilities may come and go. I think we all experience that maybe as we enter into different phases of life, maybe even as we get older. Maybe the way that we serve the Lord might change. The different ways that we express our faith to other people might change. All that might change, but the one thing that can remain true and steadfast is the fact that our names are written in heaven. When you can't say anything else, when everything else has failed, when everything else goes to pot, we can at least rejoice in the fact that our names are written in heaven. And I don't think there will be a day in which we rejoice in that more than the day that's described in Revelation chapter 20, where he describes this lake of fire, and the dead are brought up from the sea, perhaps symbolizing the world, but also being brought up from death and Hades. Death and Hades are thrown into the lake of fire, but then you also have these books, and the people were judged according to the books. And also this book of life was included as well. And it says in verse 15, "And if anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire," a place of torment. And I can guarantee you that for those whose names are in the book of life, they will very much be glad that their names are written in the book of life on that day, when they see perhaps people being cast into the lake of fire because their names were not written in the book of life. And I don't know that in this life that we really truly appreciate a lot of times just what a wonderful blessing that is. But I guarantee you we will appreciate it on the day that this comes to pass. And so as we think about our lives and what brings us joy and what makes us happy, let's remember what should really truly bring us joy. And that is that our names are written in heaven, that our names are written in the Lamb's book of life. And because of that, we can escape death, we can live, or we can attain to the resurrection of life. Our names are written in the book of life, and we won't have to experience being cast into the lake of fire, but we will be able to experience what's going to be described in our reading as we continue on tomorrow. New heavens and new earth. and living with the Lord forever, living in that blessed state where there is no crying or sickness or death, and we just get to live with the Lord forever. And it's based upon this fact that our names are written in the book of life. So let's rejoice in that today. Let's rejoice in that every day and find our source of joy in that, not just outward circumstances, but on something substantial, something eternal. So with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. I hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.